Like, listen, man, Druski is that guy. Druski can make anything funny.
Come on, Druski.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Come on, Druski. Come on,
How did that happen?
It don't matter.
Come on, Druski.
It don't matter because like Druski doesn't need it in any way, shape, or form. But the fact that Druski is doing all of this amazing shit from sketches to shows like Could Have Been Love and Could Have Been Records, the fact that none of this is on TV.
He don't need it.
He don't, but all execs should be fired.
Yeah.
At what point do you not back the Brink trucks up for Druski and say do whatever the fuck you want?
Look, yeah.
Amazon did it for Mr. Beast.
They did.
At what point do you just don't say, here, Druski, here's all the money, go create?
Yeah, you're right.
No, it's just common sense for any network.
Yo, if this was MTV 2 days, Druski would have a TV show in a heartbeat.
Oh my God, he'd have 10 of them.
I mean, like, it would be, yo, it would not even be a question. They were working us, bro.
Man,
they were working us,
but it's because Chris McCarthy was smart.
Shout out Chris McCarthy,
Paul
man.
Ritchie was smart.
I didn't know that Chris was the one greenlighting the Yellowstone shows.
Chris runs Paramount.
I saw some article saying that he moving networks or going to another job or some shit.
No, he runs Paramount.
I know, but I don't know. I saw some article saying that he built the whole Yellowstone franchise, he crushed the thing, and then now he might be looking for another job or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking this up.
Maybe I haven't seen. I haven't seen.
So Chris McCarthy was the executive at MTV 2 when we were there.
He gave us all our
deals, our shows. It was incredible, man.
I'll never forget. Paul Ritchie and Candida came to the radio station one morning, and they was like, we got this network called MTV2. Of course, I was familiar because Envy was on there hosting, I think the show was called Sucker Free. It was a video show.
Sucker Free Sundays,
and
right?
It was like, yo, we want to give you a TV deal, which I didn't understand why because I had a radio face. And I signed that TV deal for, I think, $50,000, maybe $55,000.
And that was to be on MTV2.
MTV2. I didn't even know what they were doing. They just wanted to sign me as a talent, and they signed me, and then they started putting me on Sucker Free, and then they was like, yo, we got this show that we're doing called Guy Code, and we started doing Guy Code, and the rest is history.
History, man.
The rest is motherfucking history.
Shout out Candida, shout out Paul Ritchie, shout out Darren Byrne, man.
They would have, Ryan.
Oh, Ryan Ling, man. So Ryan Ling is the creator of the Code shows. Yep. So Guy Code, Girl Code, all the shows.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that was
They would have definitely, Druski would have definitely had a show on MTV. At the least.
I will say what they did great was they built talent and then they gave talent opportunities to shine through TV shows. And we were at the end of TV. So, like, that was the last run of TV. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like, now everything's streaming. There's still TV shows. But that was the last...
Yeah, you're right.
I think that was the last, 5 years, maybe even call it, a decade of TV shows.
2010, 2015, yeah, you're right.
That you actually watched on TV. And it was appointment viewing to the point where, you knew the show was on because Twitter was the only app because Twitter would go crazy. And that was the only place people could talk about shit.
And they rated. Like, we had good ratings.
Oh, it was great.
And they motherfucking... You know how you know it was a good show? Because there's episodes you can't even air now. Maybe now. They might bring them back now.
We can talk about that.
There was a bunch of woke... During that woke era, they literally took episodes off and edited episodes. We was wildin'.
Wow.
You got young Charlamagne, young Andrew, young Duval, Chris DiStefano, John Gabris. Why?
Crazy.
And the show was called Guy Code. We just on there talking about man shit.
Oh, it was great.
We was doing songs like talking about our balls sticking to our legs.
Yeah, Stucky.
Stucky.
Shout out Stucky, man.
Stucky ain't fucking nothing. Like that was like random shit we would just say on different era, man. Different era. Then that spawned Girl Code, and it was so good. Girl Code gave you Aquafina and Nicole Byer and Carly Aquilino, Jesse May Peluso, Nessa. Who else was on Girl Code?
Man.
It was a great time, man.
Great time. What a time.
What a motherfucking time, man.
But now that is on YouTube. Like, a lot of those shows will exist on YouTube, and Druski's a perfect example of it. It's like, all right, I'll just get a production company, I'll get sponsors for the show, and I'll just make my own TV show and put it out there on YouTube. Yes. And it probably has a way bigger effect, low key. Like, if that show was on VH1 right now, I don't know if it's getting the ratings that it does when he does it on YouTube, and it's just all over the internet, people clipping it, posting things like.
Oh no, somebody like Druski will have success on streaming platforms and on film.
Yeah,
because he has an audience that comes to him.
Yep.
So the audience will go to Scream and they'll go to film, and that's like his crowd is used to that. His crowd ain't turning on the fucking TV. His crowd don't even know what VH1, what number VH1 is on the network.
That's the thing that's been hard to crack though, is getting people to films. So I think that like the film industry, from what I've heard talking to them, they don't really like as comedians, right? Like we might go out, we do these shows, we do arenas, that, you know, tens of thousands of people coming out. It's crazy, but there hasn't been a comedy to film success that's made the film industry go, oh yeah, we could just greenlight everything from comedians and then give them tons of money.
Because they're putting the wrong people in it. It should be, I mean this in all sincerity, everybody gonna say I'm biased, but it should be Andrew Schulz. It should be Druski. It should be Kai Cenat. It should be Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
It should be Theo Von. I guarantee you when Theo Von's movie comes out,
Theo, David Spade, and a bunch of other guys.
guarantee they're gonna make a lot of money.
But you know what? They paid for that themselves.
As they should.
It's just an example of like the film industry is just not there yet. They're like, we don't know if
They're still
people
retarded.
Maybe.
They are. They and by the way, they may not want to take the risk, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Let me be Theo Von
and then
take the risk on funding my own
100%,
shit.
100%.
Now we're gonna come out, make 40, 50 million at the box office, and then now y'all gonna be on our dick.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's really what it takes. It takes somebody doing it by themselves. And then it's this Coogler thing, too. It's the same thing what happened with Jordan Peele. It's like Coogler did this deal. The movie is obviously a huge success.
161 million.
And then what's going to happen is that the creators that can, and I also want to point out something about this really specific, but like the creators that can do this are going to get those deals. People made a big deal about his specific deal. Okay. They acted like it was the only time it's ever been done. And Coogler was in an interview and he goes, this is not the first time this thing has been done. But a big deal is being made about me. And then the interviewer asks, like, why do you think that is? He goes, I have my suspicions. I'll keep it myself. But I don't like the fact that the positioning was the movie studios don't know how they'll recover if deals like this are going on. It's like, no, they already were going on to white directors. And now you do it with the black guy. And then there's a big fucking deal about it.
But that's the answer to the question.
Yeah, but I just think
it's like the white guy who can dance, bro.
Wait, go on.
When the white guy can dance, you over exaggerate. Yay! Oh, yeah, basic ass Running Man, you did.
But the studios aren't happy. The studios, there are people that are part of the studios that were upset. They're like, we can't be giving deals out like this, and it's like you already are doing it.
I'm gonna be honest. I saw that narrative. Where did it come from?
You don't think that's real?
Where did it come from? Like, there was no names attached to it. It was just a thing that was out there. Studios are upset. What studios?
Because they're already doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you don't think Christopher Nolan has the same deal?
Of course he did. Christopher Nolan got it. If I'm not mistaken, James Cameron got it for one of the Terminators, I think it was.
I bet you if Adam Sandler wants a deal like that, he could get it. Like, there are certain people that can get these deals. It's
But you don't think it's the studios that are putting that message out? So they encourage all the other studios to stop giving deals out.
Can I answer that question?
Yeah.
If you're a studio, you don't say shit. Why would you tell somebody what deal you gave them? No studio would say that. No studio would tell people. They wouldn't plant that idea for other directors to ask. No studio would say that. Why would I tell you what I gave somebody else so another director can come and ask?
Yeah.
You know the only stupid motherfuckers who talk about what they get? Talent.
Yeah, that's true.
Why the fuck would a studio tell anybody what deal they did with somebody, especially when it was a great deal?
Studios don't even want to tell you your numbers.
No.
They reluctantly tell you your numbers because you use that against them on the next negotiation.
So then who do you think put that out? Because I saw that everywhere.
I think somebody just did that to fuck. I think somebody knew that the deal happened, and they just threw that shit out there to probably just stir up controversy, stir up conversation about the film.
It could have been like a fake convo. It could have been like just two execs talking at lunch going like, man, we can't give out these deals. How are we going to make any money? And it's not even a real conversation.
Yeah.
And then the game of telephone turns that into the head of Fox is saying.
Or somebody might have heard about the deal.
Right.
And said, my God, this will ruin Hollywood if people start to know about this. And then the people just ran with the story. You know what's going to ruin
Hollywood? Not making movies like this.
Yeah.
If you make movies like this, you can give it back to them in 25 years because if this is what the movies look like and people start going out to the theater again, you're going to make a lot more money.
A lot more money.
Hollywood is not in a position to be frugal when it comes to creators that can make films that people will pay money to go see in the theater.
It's been 2 weeks, and this shit has made over $161 million at the box office worldwide. Original IP, original title, like a horror, rated R. It's perfect.
Yo, rated R. No, I haven't seen it yet.
Bro, it's
I'm going with my wife, but we have a date night.
Oh, yeah.
So we're working around the baby schedule a little bit, but like the rated R component is huge. When you go rated R, you significantly reduce the amount of people that can go see your movie. When you have a PG movie that kids want to go see, the parents got to take them.
Yes.
So every ticket is minimum 2 tickets, oftentimes 3, because I don't want my wife to go see the new kid movie without me and the baby. You want to watch your kid watch the movie. So the PG movies, you're getting 3 tickets for one, essentially. Our movies, it's only adults. You know what I mean? It's hard to make money on rated R movies.
Very much so, but shit, when you look at Deadpool, Wolverine, even though it's hard to count that because it's such a huge
you can't
IP.
Even compare.
Yeah,
you can't even compare.
But Sinners, absolutely. I want to do a rated R movie. I want it to be rated retarded. Like I want it to be like I want to do something so ridiculous, starring all of us.
I got an idea. Special Olympic sperm race.
But it's that type of premise. We can do a whole movie based off that type of premise. Andrew Schulz wants to put his sperm in the Special Olympic sperm race. But what makes it funny
is we switch it with your sperm.
No, you put your sperm in the Special Olympic sperm race.
Yeah,
but the other people that are participating in the sperm
are actually. So
yes, that's the comedy. That is the comedy right there. That's the comedy, bro. That's the comedy. Build off that premise. That's it. Okay? Build off that goddamn premise.
Call up Basil. Call up Basil right now.
Where are the Mexican writers to build it? Okay?
They can't enter. You guys cannot enter the sperm race.
What else we got, Taylor? What else we got? Write it. Get to work.